The city of Edmonton continued to contend with cripplingly cold temperatures on Thursday, with Environment Canada forecasting it could feel as cold as -43°C when factoring in the wind chill overnight. With the wicked weather not expected to let up until the new year, some of the city's first responders are speaking out about the impact the deep freeze is having on their staff and how the public can stay safe. Obviously this is a very busy time for fire rescue services, Dave Matwichuk, Deputy Chief with Edmonton Fire Rescue Services, told Global News on Thursday. In extreme cold weather like this, we experience a lot of issues that hamper our ability to do a good job. Watch below. The deep freeze Edmontonians are currently contending with is presenting challenges for first responders in the city as well. Matwichuk said the weather is tough on firefighters because most of the equipment they work with is metal, and when it begins to freeze up, it sometimes doesn't function properly. He said even the personal protection equipment worn by firefighters, like their self-contained breathing apparatuses, is prone to freezing up from moisture. He noted that working so constantly with water is not easy in extreme cold. The majority of firefighting is done with water, Matwichuk said. So we're dealing with slippery conditions and equipment that has to have water flowing all the time to prevent freezing up and exposure. Read more. Cold temperatures sticking around Edmonton for remainder of week. Watch below. Global meteorologist Jesse Bayer's weather forecast for Edmonton and surrounding areas on Thursday, December 28, 2017. He said the fire department has had to change out crews more often because of the cold. They're closely monitored always, but even more so on a basis where it's extremely cold like this because of the decreased time of being able to work, whether it be a frostbite situation or extreme exhaustion. Tracy Buffalo, acting supervisor with Alberta Health Services in Edmonton, says frostbite is a major concern these days for both first responders and citizens. When it gets this cold out here, we want to really protect our face, our nose, our ears. That's the first thing that's going to get cold. Your skin can freeze in minutes. We want to be really careful with our fingers and toes, ears, nose, cheeks, that sort of thing. Anything that's exposed and maybe doesn't have the greatest protection, she said. The first thing that happens, it's going to be tingly, it's going to be cold. If you start to get red really cold, the next step is frostbite, then it turns white and waxy and the actual tissues are frozen. So that is a concern. Read more. Map, a look at how grossly cold it's been across Canada. Buffalo advised people to dress in layers and to wear gloves and cover exposed skin when outside, and said in the event someone thinks they may have frostbite, they should warm up gently and not run hot water over the affected area. As of 8:15 p.m. on Thursday, Edmonton was sitting at -25°C, feeling like -35°C with the wind chill, and both the city and surrounding areas remained under an extreme cold warning. Extreme cold warning remains in place for the city of Edmonton and much of central and northern Alberta,